There is a land there of the purest, sweetest air. It's like soft spring mornings when new blackbirds sing, and crisp winter nights when ancient owls hoot, and gentle summer evenings when effervescent swifts scream, and fragrant autumn ripenesses all rolled into one. It made my head spin. Every breath was a tale of laughter, and every cell was gripped in a mesmerizing tango of celebration. It made me want to bounce up and down like a springy spring lamb on springs. And then I noticed ahead the village of Airhead. Now, my travels had made me a little cautious. I like to check around before making a complete fool of myself, and there was something a little strange about these people. Number one, no one said a lot. Number two, they all walked around with their cheeks puffed out, like they were hamsters saving breakfast for later. Every now and then there'd be a huge explosion of air, and then the person would re-inflate their cheeks with a new breath. My next thought was it because the air was so sweet. They wanted to savour it for as long as possible, like you might hold a sweet in your mouth without sucking it to prolong the sweetness. Anyway, I greeted the first person I met, a young lady wearing a blue baseball cap with Air Stewardess written on it. "Hello there, generous stewardess of the air," I said. "Hello, stranger. Isn't it just an absolutely sing-along a sing-song sort of day in this fragrant land of yours?" "It is. Aren't you going to tell me how welcome a stranger is in your midst?" "I was." "You were?" It seemed like this lady could only manage 2 words at a time. "Nothing personal." "Well, how can it be anything other than personal not to greet me?" "Sorry, I got a date. He's gorgeous. Must say, oxygen." "Well, what are you saving it for? There's loads of it, and it's delicious." She shook her head and wouldn't say any more, puffing her cheeks out until she looked more like the back end of a baboon than a hamster. A student who had overheard our conversation came to help. He was wearing a strange mask that made it look like his head was wrapped around with intestines. "We have limited supply of oxygen. Sing opera morning, sit silent evening. I have airifier, which gives me more words before oxygen debt." "Oxygen debt? What's that?" He pointed to a meter attached to his mask. "It's half full now. When empty, I stop. Or I steal." "Steal? Steal what?" "Someone else's oxygen. It's a criminal offence." The air stewardess baboon nodded enthusiastically. "But whoever told you it's running out?" I said. "Haven't you heard of photosynthesis? You know, where the trees take in carbon dioxide and give back oxygen." "No, I suppose photosynthesis is such a long word you couldn't say it without going to jail for stealing someone else's oxygen." "Per person in sealed room, they die. Oxygen debt. Same with planet." "No, it's not the same with the planet. The planet is vast. I mean, where I come from, across the shivering sea and through the desperate desert by the stepping stones of the old oases, we sing and dance and scream and shout and talk all day long. We love using the air, knowing it to be part of this abundant and bountiful universe. They were staring at me in horror, and it was quite a relief to hear the distraction of applause across the other side of the street. It gave us some breathing space from our argument. They were applauding, but certainly not cheering, the Air Queen, who had just been crowned. She was a bit pink in the face, but that's not surprising, because the Air Queen award was given to the person who can hold their breath the longest without passing out. But what about the animals? I said finally. They breathe in all day and breathe in all night and release their foul wind into the atmosphere. Have you trained the cows and the deer and the badgers to hold their breath too? They both looked at me sympathetically, and the student spoke. Humans clever, animals stupid. Humans take action to save the planet for the animals. You think the animals are stupid, I said. They walk around all day breathing in this delicious air while you walk around like constipated hamsters, and you think you're clever? The air stewardess sighed. Time to go, stranger. Too much talking. All right, all right, all right. Save your precious oxygen for your gorgeous fate. Oh, sorry, too many words. Let me speak your language. I go. You stay. Goodbye. But on the way, I'm going to breathe deeply of all this delicious air. I will not have my air cut just because you've gone all airy-fairy. And the tragedy was we really liked each other. Pity we couldn't have met somewhere else. Through the door, took off his red beret and let the breeze ruffle his silver hair. Let there be air. It's a tragedy to live in prison when you are free. It's a mockery to live short-winded when the hurricane is yours. Breathe deep with abundance, my friends. Breathe deep.